Hi, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well, you're all having a great week, and if you're new here, I hope you're going to find these videos useful. I do try and bring information that will help you, especially if you're new to selling on Amazon, but if there is anything specific you'd like to see, please do let me know and I'll do my very best to help you. Now, I would recommend you jump in our Facebook group. It's full of so many members that are willing to share their own journeys, any thoughts, advice with you, and it's a great place to ask questions and get help. I'll pop a link below, so please do feel free to jump in there and introduce yourself. So for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Emma, this is Destination FBA, and I've been selling on Amazon for around 18 months now. Now, whether you're new to selling or you've been selling a while, there's one problem we can all come up against from time to time, and that is Amazon themselves. Now, it could be that we're looking at joining a listing that Amazon are already on, or it may be that Amazon jump on one of our listings after we've already sent our stock in. Now, we all know that Amazon have a huge advantage over us. They can make decisions based on all that data that they've collected over the years on items that we've sold and items that other people have sold as well. So they know what items we've sold, they know how many units we've sold, at what price and how fast. Now, when you're analysing sourcing, it's easy to be put off if you see Amazon on that listing, so you need to know how to analyse those deals thoroughly and you need to know how to read all those historical data charts. So I actually put a poll in our Facebook group last night and I just asked everyone what their views were when it came to competing with Amazon. 57% said they would happily compete against Amazon, with 42% saying they would stay away from the listing altogether. Now, if you find a great item that's profitable but you don't know whether to make the purchase because Amazon are also on that listing, there are a few things you're going to need to check first. Now, firstly, we need to know, do Amazon share the buy box? Now, if there is no evidence of Amazon ever sharing that buy box, I would stay away from the listing altogether. It's going to be far too hard for you to compete against them. Now, if on the other hand they do share the buy box, you need to know what your chances are of gaining control. Now, it's important to know that you can only win that buy box if you have a professional account. So if you're currently on an individual account, you need to either consider upgrading or maybe just consider giving that listing a miss altogether. Now, to increase your chance of winning the buy box, you need to send those items FBA and you need to be competitive with your pricing. Pricing is a major factor when it comes to competing with any other seller. So with a professional selling account, sending those items in FBA and being the cheapest on the listing, you have a very good chance of winning that buy box. Now, I have done a video on this that goes into it all in a lot more detail, so I'll just pop a link to this in the description below for you. Now, there are a number of different ways that we can see whether or not Amazon share that buy box. So I'm just going to load an item up now and just show you how we can see this. So I'm using BuyBot Pro and they have this symbol indicator within the alert section that's showing green on buy box analysis. Now, if we hover over this, it says, in the last 90 days, Amazon are known to have shared the buy box on a regular and consistent basis. Now, if we then scroll all the way down to the bottom, we have these buy box statistics just here. So if we select 90 days, this is going to show us the percentage of the buy box that's been won by all these different sellers. Now, this is currently selected at 90 days, but we can click through all different periods of time and see how this changes. So we can see if the seller is FBA, we can see their rating, their review count, and we can also see the last date and time that they held the buy box. So we can see that whilst Amazon have got 83% of the buy box, it is possible to take control of it from them. Now, I'm a huge fan of BuyBot Pro just for all the great features it has, but if you're managing on Keeper alone, you can also check the charts to see if Amazon is sharing that buy box. So if we go back to the charts within BuyBot Pro, which are very similar in regards to the information they provide, I'll show you how to read these. So if we just turn a few of these off just a moment, it'll make it a little bit easier to show you. So this yellow section along the bottom here shows the periods of time where Amazon are on the listing. This purple line shows us the FBA price. And these pink diamonds just here show us the price the buy box is sitting at. So we can hover over any one of these and it will show us the exact information for that time. Now, if that buy box price is lower than Amazon's, which it is ever so slightly on this one here, we can see that that buy box is being shared. So we can see that the FBA price is $10.95, Amazon's price is $10.96, and the buy box is being held at £10.95 also. Now, assuming Amazon do share that buy box, we now want to know what is their lowest price. Now, when you're checking Amazon's lowest price, you need to bear in mind your own break-even price. Now, if it's the same or lower than Amazon's lowest it's ever been, you may want to stay away from that listing. Bear in mind that Amazon may drop to that low price again and you will have to drop your price right down to be able to compete with them. Now, if we just go back to that chart we were just looking at and we just zoom in a little near the end of the month here. Now, we can see that Amazon have actually dropped off the listing around the middle of July. Now, as a result of this, that buy box has jumped up quite considerably to around £14. Now, whilst this is great for those FBA sellers for current stock, it won't necessarily stay like this. Now, Amazon could jump back on this listing at any time and drop to their lowest price, so what we need to know is, could we still compete with them if we needed to? So if we change the time along the bottom to 365 days, we can see that there are only 2 short periods of time where Amazon are not on the listing. So what we need to do now is find where Amazon are at the lowest price. Just here, we can see it's £9.99. Now my break even on this is £10.64. Now if I was to make that purchase and Amazon jump back on the listing, I'm either going to lose a lot of money or I'm going to have stock sat on Amazon shelves potentially for a long time. This could lead to extra storage fees and potentially long-term storage fees if I'm not careful. For that reason alone, I would stay well away from this item. Now if on the other hand Amazon's low price was above my break even, I might be willing to take a chance on it. Now worst case scenario, they come back on the listing, they drop their price, I have to drop my price, match them and sell my stock as fast as I can. Now I wouldn't be making much profit, but I wouldn't be making a loss either, and at least I'd be getting that original investment back. Now if there were constant bigger breaks where Amazon didn't have stock, I'd be tempted to sit tight on that stock, knowing that as soon as they sell out, I'll be able to sell at a higher price. Now you may come across the odd listing where Amazon are quite new to it and you just don't know what they're going to do with that pricing. If they have control over the buy box, it may be worth you just dropping your price either in Seller Central or through your repricer, just a little at a time, to see if you can gain control of that buy box and at what price it's sitting. Don't let Amazon being on the listing put you off. There are times where you can easily compete with them. Just remember to analyse those deals properly and check all that historical data. See if there's any patterns when they do and don't have stock, and if there is, sit tight on that stock and wait for them to sell out. Also, don't be afraid to pull that stock out or even drop your price right down to break even if you need to, just to get rid of it all. It's far better to do that than to lose money having stock sat on Amazon shelves. Just use all that data available to help you make the right decision. Now that is all for today, but if you have any questions at all, please do pop them below or jump in our Facebook group and I'd be more than happy to help you. Now if you want to see more videos like this, please do click that subscribe button and click the notification bell to be notified every time a new video goes live as well. But for now, thank you for watching, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.